Hello, my name is Cari Doesburg, and my final capstone action research project is on motivating elementary students by providing choices in technology. Technology is one of the fastest growing components of education. Students are surrounded by technology all day long, both at home and at school. This study analyzes the use of technology, peer relationships, and growth mindset within an elementary school classroom. We will examine the knowledge and interests that develops among students and how teachers provide opportunities for participation, activities that ignite interest, and how it contributes to students' overall outlook on school, while taking a close look at intrinsic motivation within a classroom environment, especially a classroom environment that is surrounded by extrinsic motivation. I teach transitional kindergarten at a small Catholic school that is located in La Jolla, California. Stella Maris Academy has approximately 180 students between the grades of transitional kindergarten, or TK, through 8th grade, with only one class per grade. Within my TK classroom, I have 15 diverse students, including one student with ADHD, one with speech difficulty, 3 students who have various health concerns, and 3 students who are on our watch list for various other behaviors. I've seen a huge shift within classrooms over the past few years. With this newer generation of students, as the teacher, I will explain the directions in multiple different ways, give examples, demonstrate, then release the students to work at their desks. Students will immediately begin asking questions that have already been answered multiple times, but rather than asking a friend first, they always come to the teacher. This is very time consuming and takes away from students who need individual assistance, because as the teacher, I am busy answering questions that have already been answered. Additionally, I have seen an increase in lack of student intrinsic motivation. Students have little desire to complete activities and learn because they want to, but rather because they just want the reward. The lack of intrinsic motivation leads to negative attitudes and lots of "I can't" statements. Increasing technology within the classroom has become a curse and a blessing at the same time, because students are more interested in the knowledge at hand, but they also beg and complain when lessons don't include technology. I want to know how to foster student enjoyment and excitement for all types of learning while incorporating technology throughout the classroom to help increase intrinsic motivation within the students. For our qualitative needs assessment, I have 5 student participants, and they were selected from the class of 15 TKers. They were chosen to represent a diverse population of the class. They represented various behaviors, ages, and socioeconomic backgrounds, family types, learning needs, social skills, and academic levels. The students were asked questions regarding their interest in Daily 5 Cafe, which is our daily center rotation that's run by Student Choice. They were asked questions about using the computers and iPads, if they believe they can learn anything, which would be growth mindset. We asked about their interest in school. I asked about how they like to collaborate with friends, their favorite activities this far within the school year, where they prefer working. So do they like to work at a table, a desk, teacher table, the floor? Where do they like to do their work? And do they like working independently, or would they rather work with partners? What is the classroom environment that they find that they grow the most and learn the most? Why they work hard in school? Is it for their parents? Is it for themselves? Is it to get the reward? Is it to make me as their teacher happy? And then we ask questions about problem solving. All 15 transitional kindergarten students participated in the survey. The survey was administered in a group setting. It was designed on a Likert scale to be age appropriate and user friendly. Each student was asked to color the face that best represents their opinion or feeling towards the question. The colors helped students keep track and make sure that they were on the correct question to help limit errors. I made sure to read each question multiple times, review what the smiley faces meant. So for example, I would say, number 1, I love Daily 5 and get excited each morning. Always, sometimes, or never. And then I would repeat the question multiple times until I had noticed that each question each student had colored in their answer. Students are conditioned to only turn to the teacher for assistance. They do not need to go to their peers or try to solve the problem on their own. I saw within the qualitative needs assessment that 80% of the students pick the same center first every time. And typically that station has technology within it. So the iPads, the computer. And then I also noticed that the students were picking teacher time because they don't like completing the centers on their own when there's not an adult there to assist them and support them with each step of the way. Many of the students' answers were technology-based for rewards. So most of their rewards were their favorite center for daily 5 and activities at home, all included rewards, which was very fascinating. So throughout the qualitative needs assessment, I saw lots of answers about assistance from the teacher and technology. For the quantitative needs assessment, the results showed that students like to pick their own options for learning, and they like to be in charge of the decision making. Additionally, it showed how students lack intrinsic motivation, and they are more extrinsically motivated and easily irritated, which leads to them quickly giving up on a project when they are unable to achieve the task by themselves in a timely manner. However, when students complete assignments successfully, they are so proud of themselves and they want to share their success with others. The data has shown that students enjoy interactive technology, but they also need direct lessons and growth mindset skills to help aid in their self-confidence and belief within themselves. Which leads me to the data collection. So I used 3 different types of data collection throughout the action research project. The first being the student interview, which consisted of 5 students, the student survey, which was all 15 students in the class, and then the observation portion, which consisted of the entire class. I would particularly observe during daily 5, technology time, and anything that provided opportunities for me to observe both extrinsic and intrinsic motivation, record my answers, and then analyze the data further. So taking these data collections and analyzing the results helped me to create my research question, which the needs assessment really made me realize that my research question should be about student-led choices, technology, motivation, and then helping them improve their mindset. So this is my research question, combining all of those together. How does allowing student-led choices and the use of technology contribute to students' intrinsic motivation and the development of a growth mindset? Now, I also included some sub-research questions just to help me answer my actual research question. I really wanted to gain a deeper understanding and a more well-rounded answers. I'm curious if students' motivation increase with the use of technology. Are students more intrinsically motivated to learn when choices are provided? Do students increase their self-confidence and believe in themselves more when they are taught and provided with growth mindset tools? And what builds and strengthens intrinsic motivation within the students? I conducted some research within literature to really help me see and understand the importance for students to be explicitly taught skills that promote a growth mindset. So I broke down my research into a couple of different subtopics. For the first one, I'm talking about motivation and engagement. You might ask yourself, what is growth mindset? Maybe you've never heard of it. Maybe you've heard of it once, but you forget. So growth mindset is working towards the knowledge that although you may not have comprehension of a topic yet, you will continue to work towards an understanding and grow in your development. Carol Dweck, was the lady who coined the term growth mindset. She believed that students need to know that they can grow their brain. They need to become problem solvers who have the ability to understand the power of yet. Additionally, I found that Gardner's literature supports student choices because it helps students become more motivated in the topics at hand. Preswell and Tucker found that students who challenge themselves to set goals, achieve goals, and make good choices strengthen their intrinsic motivation and are more likely to complete tasks with a positive and optimistic